I got the side-by-side moved, finally. Had to go get a hay bale, put on the back of the tractor because the back tires weren't heavy enough. The dipstick is in here, all the way at the bottom, right there. Wow. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dylan. You're watching Western Farm Garage. Back at it with another shop video today. As you can see by the thumbnail and the title of this video, we got another side-by-side up here in the shop today. It's a Cfmoto. I've heard questionable things about Cfmotos, but here it is. It's I think 2015, if I'm not mistaken. It's a 800. It's a 4x4. Needs some air in the tires. It does not run. Has not run in about I'd say at least 4 to 5 years, because well, the customer that has it now has had it ever since the previous owner, and it hasn't ran since the previous owner had it. Long story short, a kid of the previous owner broke something off inside of the keyhole. So there's no way to get this thing running unless you hot wired it, and the owner now obviously has not done that. He got a new key switch off of Amazon that we're going to be installing. We're also going to be giving this thing a little bit of a good look over, just to see what all we can do with it. So I think my best course of action, instead of pulling this thing around, is to go get the tractor and actually pick it up. So that's what we're going to do. All right, I got the side-by-side moved, finally. Had to go get a hay bale to put on the back of the tractor because the back tires weren't heavy enough. Every time I would try to lift it, it would pick up the back tire. So got a hay bale on the back, which I guess I should let this down. Get that and take the hydraulic pressure off. All right, but we got it moved now. Got the pressure washer hooked up. We're gonna just give it a quick little rinse because she's pretty dirty. So put you on a little bit of a time lapse and we get this thing nice and semi-clean. All right, I brought it up here real quick to the big building so I can throw some air in the tires, because tires are a little low. So get this. There we go. And just throw some air, especially in the back ones. The back ones are pretty bad. Well, in the fashion of all things, trying to get stuff done, blew out the wiper seal on my bucket cylinder. Great. Okay, well, I should be able to at least use it to get this pushed in the building, but then tractor's going into retirement until I can get a wiper seal kit for that. Yay. Okay, got it in the building, just barely. So now, I know my shop floor is a little bit of a mess. I've had project after project going on in here. So what we need to do is we need to figure out how to get this panel off. And it looks fairly simple. Got two Allen head right there, and then maybe two plastic pins right here. I don't know, we'll see when we get them off. Maybe there's screws under it. Man, my pressure wash job did not do very good in here. But yeah, we gotta get this off, because here's the key switch, and I don't think, yeah, I've got to take it off. And it's wet under there too, good lord. Okay, so I got to get this panel off. So let me see if I can figure out how to get that done. Alright, I got this pried up just enough to where I could get the old switch out. I got to take the hood off so I could go back and get into the wiring harness right here. So now I've got the switch and the plug right here. So plug it back, plug it up, and then we'll see what we got from there. All right, I apologize for all the noise. I got my fan going because it's hotter than the devil's butt cheeks in here. But we got the battery charger hooked up. So now I'm gonna click it over to, all right, actually, I'll drop it down to 35. Just see if we get some light. Oh yeah, baby. All right, we indeed have lightage. So, key switch is fixed. I can throw that back together. And then we're just gonna go and look over the entire thing, make sure it all looks all right. All right, got the floorboards vacuumed out, behind the seats vacuumed out because they were really messy and it was getting everything else messy when I was pressure washing. So, got all the crap out of the floorboards. Now, I'm gonna take a good old whiff of the gas. See what we got in here. Oh God. Huh. Yeah, that's a problem. I don't know how well you can see that. Gas is not supposed to be orange. So, guess that means that we are gonna be draining the gas tank. Yay. And I'm not exactly sure how to drain said gas tank. I might have to siphon it out. Even yayer. Oh, great. It's got grass all over me. Okay. Well, I've got a bucket right here, primed for the suspect of draining gas, because I had another project I was working on not too long ago, and it needed its gas drained, so same principle, I guess. Man, I really don't want to put my mouth on that, but I might have to. Oh, almost there. Almost had it. There we go. We have flowage, and I did not get any in my mouth. Heck yeah. Oh. We got flowage coming out of the gas tank. So we'll get all that drained, get some fresh stuff in there. And while that's draining, check the oil too. Whoever says a perpetual motion machine doesn't exist, you're wrong, because this is perpetual motion up until the water supply runs out, obviously. So now, while that's draining, let's check this engine oil. I don't even know how to get to said engine oil. I would think this, I guess it doesn't have a dump bed. I have no clue how to make the seat move. I have no clue how to actually, there it is. I was gonna say, I have no clue how to actually access this motor. Alright, GoPro battery died, but got a new one. We're back. So I got this all kind of sort of vacuumed out, and I figured out where the dipstick is. Well, actually I haven't. I'm still looking for it, but found the fuel pump right here. I'm assuming the dipstick is gonna be somewhere behind this little thingy-majig. No, actually it's not. Okay. Guess that's just a valve cover access port. Okay, now I gotta figure out how I got it out. There we go. Okay, so I still have to find the dipstick. So give me like 1 second. Okay, never mind. I lied. The dipstick is in here. It's all the way at the bottom. Right there. It's kind of hard to see, but kind of, oh my lord. That is a very inconvenient spot for that dipstick. Just letting you know that right now. Very inconvenient. Alright, well, I managed to get the dipstick out. Had to reach my whole hand down in there. You can kind of see it better now that I wiped it off. I'll circle it on the screen. That little white thing right there is the dipstick. It's easiest to get it when you shift your thing into park. So that linkage that's right there, top of my finger, will be out of the way just enough for you to squeeze your fat manly arm down there. Very inconvenient design. I do not like that at all. So I probably will never own a Cfmoto side-by-side just because of that. That is quite literally the most awful thing I've ever seen in my life. But oil looks okay, so I can scratch that off the list of things that need attention. I think our gas is done draining now. Got almost a 5-gallon bucket full. Oh yeah, bottom of our tank looks nice and white, so say we got that pretty well drained. Now we're gonna throw some fresh stuff in it. I ain't got a whole lot of fresh stuff left. Actually, I got like no fresh stuff left. I'm gonna go look up in the pole bar and see if I got any more up there. Because if not, then I guess we're at a standstill until I can get more gas. Bag secured. We do have gas. But this is the only jug, so definitely can't use all of it. All right, that top off. It's gonna be very hard to do. Got some fresh stuff going in. Those of you who are wondering what gas is supposed to look like. Blue. Oh, missed the hole. Not orange. Alright. That should be good. That should be enough for the fuel pump to pick it up anyway. Yeah. Bluish green. Definitely not orange. So, let's get that thrown back on. And I want to pop the fuel lines off of the injectors so I can bleed out all of that nasty cruddy fuel that's on these injectors. So I'm gonna pop those off real quick, see if I can anyway. Pretty difficult to do, especially on these fuel injected ones, because they use these fancy clips instead of just a hose and a hose clamp. Okay. Oh, there we go. That little rubber grommet was holding me up. There we go. This whole stupid arm for this grommet's in my way. There we go. Got it. Okay. Got the fuel lines off now, as you can see. So now, when I turn this key, we should get some fuel spray out of it. Oh. Well, how to explain, the entire time I wasn't getting anything. Maybe now to spray? No? I just had power to it a second ago. What the heck? Okay. Having a little bit of battery troubles. So that is it. Huh, okay. Not getting any light out of this, but it's connected. No, positive does. Okay. So I've got absolutely no life in this battery whatsoever. So I gotta figure out the battery situation first, and then we should be able to get those fuel lines cleaned out. All right, got the old Outlander out here. Stole the battery off of it because it's a 850cc engine. Well, that's a 800cc, so the battery off my Outlander shouldn't have any problem turning over this, hopefully. So hit the key and see what happens. All right, so something is going on with the key switch because it was just working earlier. You saw it on camera, and now it's not. So it's not the battery. Something is actually going on with the key switch. So let me figure out what's going on with that now. Always something. All right, back out here the next day, still working on this side by side here. So I did a little bit of experimenting, and even with the new battery hooked up, which I put it back on my four-wheeler because I had to bring it back up to the pole barn, I've had this one on the charger, but it's still not reading 12 volts. So I think their battery's pretty much dead on that. But I did some digging. I got this hood propped up some more, and I'm only getting 3 volts to the key switch on the positive. The negative, I get 12 volts. And what I did was I took this little wire right here, and I put it into the prong. It'd probably be easier if I just showed you. Here's the key switch. Oh, I'm not gonna try to put over. Here's the key switch right here. So what I did was I took my lead right here, and I got my red and black wire right here on top. I know it's probably hard for you to see, but I got my red and black wire on top. So I took my lead, I stuck it into the red terminal, and then I went around over here to the battery side, and I took my multimeter, wherever I set it, right there. Took my multimeter, and I put the negative prong on the negative prong on the negative side, and the positive wire to my wire that came around right here, and I got 3 volts. And then I swapped it. I put the lead in the negative wire up there, and then the positive wire on my multimeter to the positive, and I got 12 volts. So I know my plug has good ground. It's just not got good, just doesn't have good voltage. So we got a voltage problem. Either a wire came disconnected or we have a blown fuse, which fuse is seeming like the more likely scenario. So I'm trying to find the actual fuse box, and boy, you wouldn't think that'd be more of a problem than it actually is. But the fuse box on these is normally supposed to be like right here in this general area, and it is not. I cannot find the fuse box anywhere, no matter how hard I've tried, and it's just getting real annoying. But that's my best guess is a blown fuse. Right now I'm just trying to actually find the fuse box. There's a little something under here I'm gonna try and take a look at, but as of right now, I'm kind of at a standstill. I'm going through this whole mess. This red switch up in here, this one actually seems to be an aftermarket, because that is not factory wire harness. That is someone did that. So right now I'm trying to trace those wires and see what I come up with, but still a work in progress right now. I'm still trying to follow these wires, figure out where my lack of electricity is coming from. So when I get that, there is gnats everywhere in here. When I get that figured out, I will pick you guys back up and I'll show you what I found. All right, not too much later, I've already picked the camera back up. I think I've figured out what these wires are. So I don't think these wires particularly have anything to do with the ignition. I think this is a master power switch for the winch, because the winch looks like it has the exact same setup. And if I came over here, I noticed that this green wire right here, which is also not factory, runs into the winch switch, which is over there. And then these red and black wires run over here. So I think this is that's a master switch for the winch. So that's not what I'm looking for in terms of why I'm only getting 3 volts. So I'm gonna keep digging and see what else I can come up with. Alright guys, I think I finally found my answer. After about an hour of searching, I finally found the fuse box. It was tucked under here, right down there, below the steering column. I pulled it up here so I could have a better view of it. Found the fuse box. There was none of the fuses in there. After researching, I had to decode the VIN to figure out what year this thing is. It's a 2016, so got that figured out. And then after decoding the VIN, I was able to look up a wiring diagram and figure out that there's 2 inline fuses to the main system under this little cover right here under the driver's seat. And what do you know, if you look at it, probably gonna be hard to see. That fuse has got to be the most melted thing I have ever seen in my life. It is like awful. So I think that, my friends, is what caused our issue. So let's see if I have another 30 amp fuse somewhere. I'll stick her in there and see if that fixed our issue. All right, got everything hooked back up under there. My battery is dead, but inserting this fuse, aha! Look at that. I just seen something come up on the dash. There we go, baby. We are in business. That was the problem right there. That fuse was corroded as crap. All right, so got it figured out. Now I'm gonna throw all this crap back together, and I know my battery's dead, but I'm gonna hook up the battery thingy, really, the battery jump box, and we're gonna see if we can get some life out of this thing. All right, got everything hooked back up under here that needs to be hooked up. The hidden kill switch is hooked back up. So now we've got the battery box on it. See if we can get some fuel out of here, and hopefully don't spray my GoPro. Oh yeah. All right, we have fuel sprayage. I think that'd be enough to get the lines cleared up. So let's hook up these connectors. it was only spraying out of 1 though, so what I'm gonna do, there we go, I'm gonna hook that one up and let that one spray. So now it should spray. Oh yeah, we're good. We got sprayage and that gas looked good. There we go. There we go. Okay, got all that hooked back up. Now, let's just see if we can get some life out of it. So throw all this back together real quick and I'll get the seat put back in, which just clips back in, really simple. And then we'll see if we can maybe get her to turn over. All right, got the seat thrown back in. We're gonna select it up to engine start. Don't really care about the battery anyway, so not like I really care if I burn it up. All right, get that fuel prime. Almost. Just don't have enough juice in it, but she turned over. So there's good sign. So I think I'm good now. Pretty sure I can, oh wait, no, I actually do need to fix something else. Let me turn this jump box off now that I know it's good. Okay, so turn that off now. So what I actually have to do is of course, in more me fashion, I broke another thing. Under here, you see this wire right here. It broke off of the USB port in here. This little thing, it broke off of that. So I'm gonna get that little tab out there and see if I can maybe get that pressed back in, soldered back in some way, somehow. So gotta fix that and then get all this plastic put back together, which is just screws and these little plastic tabs, so it ain't really nothing. Get it all put back together, get a fresh battery in it. I say we're ready to rock. All right guys, I'm back. It's like 2 days later, very tired. It's like midnight, just got home from work, but got a battery for the side-by-side, so I'm gonna throw it on there real quick. It's late, obviously we're not gonna be driving it tonight, plus I still got all the plastics to put back together, but we're at least gonna see if we can get it fired up tonight. And then when I pick you guys back up, we'll put all these plastics back together and we'll take it out for a little spin, make sure everything feels and sounds okay. I'm very, very tired. So we're just gonna hear it run tonight if we can get it to run, and then that'll be it. I'll pick you guys back up later on, probably Wednesday. So like 2 more days from now. All right, boys, got the battery all hooked up. Down in here. All right, so we got lights. Alright, we got to spin a few times. Sounds like that starter solenoid's being a little not wanting to cooperate. See if we can slap her a few times. Great, more issues. Spun over a few times. Alright, I think I may have got it. I think maybe when it kicked off, it knocked the starter wire loose or something, I don't know. But the wire, I tested the solenoid by turning the key, put a voltmeter on either side of the solenoid, and turning the key, I got 12 volts. Or no, that's a lie. That's not how I did that. I put the negative on the negative side of the battery from my multimeter, and the positive of my multimeter, I touched it to the right hand side of my solenoid, which was the side that goes to my starter. Put it on there, turned the key, and I got 12 volts. So I knew my solenoid was good. So it had to be something from the solenoid to the starter. So I checked the cable lead on the starter. It was loose. So now we're gonna see if we get some life. All right. Wow. Kind of sounds like it has an exhaust leak. Kind of idling a little rough, but that's to be expected. Okay, I decided to come out here, wake up a little bit earlier, come out here the next morning. GoPro died last night, but as you heard, got it running. So now we're just gonna throw all this plastic back together. I got this fixed. I took a hot knife and I opened it up, and I just soldered in this wire with the plug in there. So I'm just gonna throw some electrical tape around that, and then we're just gonna throw this back in there into the panel, and then get everything thrown back up in here. I also can't remember if I showed you, but this kill switch had all this electrical tape around it holding it shut. I just took a little screw and I screwed it there so it could never actually come undone. The electrical tape was good, but I didn't feel like wasting electrical tape when one screw gets the job done. So I'm gonna set you guys up over here, put you in a time lapse, and I'm gonna throw all this stuff back together, and then we are gonna take it out for a little spin. Actually, no. Before we take it out for a spin, I've also am going to grease all the grease points. There's one right there, one right there, there, and then on the back as well. So I'm gonna take care of that as well. Alright guys, we got all the grease points greased up. Kind of left a little bit of a gloop on that one, that's fine. Got all the grease points greased up, got the floors re-vacuumed because I guess somehow more crap got in them. Got the windshield back on, everything's put back together right where it needs to be. So now, we're gonna give this thing a little bit of a test run. Oh, get my pocket zipped up so my phone doesn't fall out. Alright. Also, this thing is very loud. I don't know if you heard it from the last clip when I had it running. I think it has like an exhaust leak or something. Yeah, she's a little loud. little drift right there. Dude, this thing is awesome. Oh, dude, I'm hitting drifts for days. Hold up, I gotta go get the tripod. Dude, this thing is a beast. This thing is awesome. I'm just cutting drifts for days. It's definitely because of those like trail tires, but this thing is a freaking animal. Hold up, I gotta get some tripod clips of that. That's awesome. Got her up to temp. That rad fan kicked on, so we now know the rad fan works, because this thing did have a little bit of a mice infestation, and just wanted to make sure all the electrical stuff was working as it should. I already tested the winch when y'all were on time lapse, so the winch works, so that's good. Dude, I say this thing's an animal. All right, this thing is fun as crap. A little rolly, I will say that. It is a little rolly. Oh, I should probably test these speakers too. I didn't even see these. I might test those here in a second. We'll get a few more riding clips, GoPro, first person perspective, and then say we'll call that a wrap on today's video. Pretty successful if I do say so myself. Probably gonna have to cut all this audio out because of the music. Got the speakers working. LED lights work. So yeah, man, this thing is freaking awesome. That's awesome. Dude, this thing is amazing. Customer is definitely going to be happy with this one. All right. Alright, enough of the music so I don't get copyright claimed, even though I probably already am. I say that's a successful video today, boys. The clutch is a little noisy, but it'll probably work itself out. Well, that is a success, my friends. The Cfmoto Z-Force lives once again, like it never left, really. That's amazing, actually. I'm very impressed with that. Those speakers are nice. I like those. Turn those off. Nice. All right. Let me get this thing pulled in the shop. All right, you guys. That's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Got it all nice and shined up. Well, not really. I mean, I sprayed it off, but it's not clean, but it is what it is. It still looks pretty good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I just love it when I break stuff in the middle of a video, so you'll probably see a video of me rebuilding the hydraulic cylinder on this tractor eventually. Give you a quick little update. I know I haven't uploaded in a little bit. Probably have a riding video coming out here soon, probably about the first, second week of July-ish. Have a riding video coming out. But yeah, this thing is amazing, actually. I don't know what the owner's plans are for it. He bought it, like I said, and the previous owner or foster kid or whatever broke a key off inside of it, so that's why it needed a new key switch and just a good look over, and everything seems to be looking pretty good. But yeah, that is the fixed Cfmoto Z-Force. I actually very much enjoyed doing this. It was a very easy fix, aside from, you know, chasing electrical issues, but that's to be expected when you have something sitting for so long. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Let me know if you want to keep seeing shop videos like this, or do you want just riding videos, or what other content would you guys like to see? Because I mean, I enjoy doing this. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Take care. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.